All right. This is season 2, episode 3, the proper way to paint.
I like that.
Yeah, with proper artists. I found proper artists in the wrestling art community. I admire your work. I want to say that to you. You know
Appreciate
what I mean? Yeah. I could tell you really take your time with that. And you're very, very detailed in the way you do it. So that's why I wanted to title this the proper way to paint, because I want to actually learn. You know what I mean? Today, you know what I mean, to build my skill, my talent levels. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, how long you been painting for though? Before we even
shit, it's complicated.
Technique.
It's complicated in how long I've been doing it, because I've been doing art since I was old enough to pick up a pencil. So, like my mom likes to say, I was around people that used to draw and shit when I was younger. But as far as actually painting, I didn't touch that until I was in my mid-20s. And I had gone to an art school before with one of my friends. It didn't work out with him as much, and I just didn't feel it if he wasn't going to be there anyway, because it was a journey that both of us kind of decided to take after some other stuff had happened. Like, that was the thing that was keeping me there at that time. So he switched. I went with him, and then I took like an alternative mediums class.
Nice.
2014, something like that. Had to learn how to do, they just kind of throw you in there and see how you work with acrylic, watercolor, and oil, and just stuck to oil immediately and been doing it ever since then, like 2014-ish.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Congratulations on that discipline, that dedication on getting this far. You know what I mean? Because I saw shit. Let me look at your page real quick. Hold on real quick. Nah, for real, because you got some good shit on here.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm always sketching and drawing some shit.
The Hangman Adam Page. Fire. So you usually put the hours right here too, like on how long it actually takes?
Oh, that one was like a couple of days, because I kind of split up between what I was doing. I had started it off stream, and by the time I really got into it, people were really enjoying it, and I figured, since I make videos and stuff out of this, I might as well make a TikTok or something out of it, stream it online, and get some people to see.
Yeah, I see you on. I see you running Twitch. You run Twitch too, so that's good. You know what I mean? I'm actually check out your Twitch too, and you know, just check out the process. Because I guess, what do you go day by day with the overall painting?
Yeah, usually I stream 3 to 4 hours a day. I try to stream like 5 times, but health stuff sometimes gets in the way because I got Crohn's. So sometimes that limits what I'm able to do. So when you see me put out a bunch of stuff, it's because I have the time and energy to pump all of this out. So I'm trying to crank it all out at once, whether it be streaming or whatever.
No, even off wrestling for just a second, like even the second one you just put up, Attain Heaven. That's fine.
Yeah, that's from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, that's
my friends and like even my fiance kept telling me that I look like the guy that is in that anime, and they've been saying that for years before I watched it, so I finally did it.
Yeah, so let's go into the details. Let's talk about the proper way to do this type of stuff. So when you actually start your paintings off, do you start with the white paint, or do you go directly from like the skin tone up?
Depends on what I'm doing. If there's like a whole bunch of detail that I gotta do.
Let's talk about Hangman Adam Page.
For that one, I sketched it out loosely, like super loose, because that's one of the things I've come to do. The more I've gotten to do into this is, like, I think a lot of people get stuck in the sketch phase of it's got to be super perfect, and it doesn't have to be, especially if you're gonna put paint on it and it's gonna get messy later. The lines are just a guideline of where you're gonna go. So if your brain already knows, you should be good.
You know what's funny about this is that I actually started off painting this way by sketching. And then I actually took it away because I thought that I was actually cheating myself by doing that. I thought that I should just go directly on with the paint to the canvas. But I like your, I like what you do.
It honestly depends.
Yeah,
it honestly depends on what you're doing.
It's art. It's art. So it both works.
Because like for some stuff, if I'm doing faces or if I've done it enough, I've sketched enough, sometimes I do the just straight paint to canvas. But for these, like these are like I can show you one of them right here. This is the Shawn Michaels one. These are just canvas paper.
That's right. Hold it back up for a little bit longer. Speaking of Michaels, you know what I mean? I worked at Michaels for 5 years. That was my first job.
Oh, dope. Like I love going in there because they always got coupons and deals, bro. You be in here getting it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's dope. Yeah. It's awesome work. So from that first layer, going to take it back to the hangman real quick. We gotta look at it from layer by layer. So we did the sketch. So after the sketch, what do we do after the sketch?
The sketch. After we do the sketch, I try to tackle the spots that I am familiar with first. So like I know how to do skin tone or like try to apply in parts of the shading where your darks or your light's gonna be. You don't have to do it with everything you do, but one of the techniques I've seen from a friend of mine that I watched when I first started streaming was he used Van Dyke Brown and raw umber, and he would use those to lay his underpainting. I don't know if you've ever seen it where it's just that color. It's like
I seen Bob Ross
brownish.
Bob Ross does that.
Yeah, it'll like the whole thing will look like the painting it's supposed to be. It's just all one color, and that's because that color dries really quick. Earth tones dry quick. So when you put those down and you have all your darks, you have all your lights, you know where everything's supposed to be, then you just pop color on top of that. So it makes it easier, at least with oils. I can't necessarily say with stuff like acrylic because acrylic dries faster. So you have to know exactly what you're doing a little bit more. Whereas oils take time. You got to wait for them to dry once you really start getting into your detail.
Yeah, thank you. I've actually attempted to experiment with the oil this year underneath Bob Ross. Bob Ross uses oil. He had the Van Dyke Brown. So I did notice that even like, even with fingerprints and whatnot, you got to be very, very detailed in that process on painting that versus acrylic in itself because of that drying time that you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like one of the big things I will always say is if you are really good with makeup, if you enjoy details, taking your time, you got patience with your work, oils are great because the way you blend is pretty much akin to the way you see people do makeup.
Nice. Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you.
No problem, fam. Like, if you ever have any kind of questions, you're working on anything or whatever, just ask.
Yeah, this was all about, you know what I mean? It's good to meet other artists.
Most def. I've met some of the coolest people through like wrestling art stuff. Honestly, it's super cool.
I think I'm trying to figure out when did I actually start following you in this process because I always shout your work, when it comes across my page. But I think it was in 2020. Was it last year or the year? Was it late?
I think it was the year before.
It was the year before. Late though. Late going in. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's good to finally meet you.
You've been supporting for a minute though. Don't think I don't see every single time I post a story. I see who looks at the shit. So I know.
I genuinely love your work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean it, like for real.
And I actually wanted to.
People that always do. So I appreciate it.
No, thank you. And I actually wanted to actually just stop real quick because even if Hangman Adam Page needs to hear this, you know what I mean? This is some real cowboy shit. You know what I mean? We're looking at. You know what I mean?
Thank you, fam. I appreciate it.
Hangman Adam Page, you need to check this out. Take a step back, take a drink, take a look at the proper way to paint this Hangman Adam Page and AEW. No, seriously, because one thing, just switching it up, this segment in a way. I feel like these organizations just need to appreciate these artists a little bit more. You know what I mean? Especially with the space that we're heading in. You know what I mean? Very underrated category. Not I'm gonna say underrated, but for people to look over this type of work, you know what I mean? Did Hangman Adam Page see this?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Yeah, and he needs to see this. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about. Especially with the space we're heading into. Have you heard about NFTs? I know you.
Yeah, I've heard about some NFT stuff. I haven't gotten into it myself, but I'm on Twitter. I see a bunch of the people I follow are into it and everything. So.
Yeah. it's a big space for artists, you know. So if you do decide to go that way, you know, I wish you the best.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah, man. But then I'm just looking. I'm scrolling down the page now. You know
I'm
what I
like
mean?
super traditional when it comes to so much of what I do with my art. Like I don't even do digital stuff. So
Yeah.
like the NFT thing is so far outside the realm of how I do things, even though I know there's traditional people in the NFT space.
Yeah, you can do physical. Yeah, I like the Sub-Zero too. There's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I actually sketched that right after I saw the movie.
Oh,
And thankfully,
yeah,
because it
yeah.
was on what, HBO Max?
Yeah, this is a wrestling podcast though, so I'm just fascinated about all this type of stuff. But
No, man, it's all good.
yeah, let me find another one. Let's find one real quick that I really like. Another one.
If you end up coming across it, the Karrion Kross one he actually owns.
Okay, the Karrion Kross with Scarlett.
Yeah, the one with the four. Well, there's that one, and then there's the one with the four pillars of NXT in each corner.
I'm looking for it.
It's after the one that you posted, so I think you might have to scroll up instead of down.
Hang on real quick.
Yeah, it's newer.
Yeah. It's on here, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all check them out while I'm looking at this at Proper Artist on Instagram. You on Twitter too, right?
Yeah, same. I'm a Proper Artist everywhere. I've been lucky enough to get that name pretty much wherever I go.
Yeah. I can't find the one that you're talking about, but I'm gonna make sure I put it up there. I'm gonna just look kind of stupid with it just sitting there and I'm looking for it, but I'm gonna put it up there so everybody else can see it. If that makes sense. I can't find it. I'm not stupid either. Yeah. So you said what?
I said take your time, big dog.
Yeah, but yeah. So do you actually do the lessons on Twitch or what?
It's not really lessons. I just paint live. I've been. It's the best way to say it. It's like what Bob Ross does, but I'm not in it to teach people. I just paint, and people come in and chill and watch me do my thing. I apparently have a super relaxing vibe.
Yeah.
So people come in and take a breather, so to speak.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a breather over there one of these days. Take a
so
puff too.
I try to use it. That too. I try to use it as a place for people to just be able to come and chill and relax. Like I said, take a breather. Not everybody has people that are necessarily supportive of the things they enjoy. Not everybody has somebody to talk to. Not everyone has the time or a space where they can just sit down and relax. Not everybody has that comfort zone, you know? And I came from a time when I was younger growing up. A lot of my friends, myself included, may not have had that on our own, but when we were together as a squad, like that was it. Like that was family, you know?
Family's important, Joe.
So, you know, even though we came from other shit and we all had our own shit going on in our own households and our own families, when we were together on weekends or chilling, like even when we went off to college, when we would come back during the summer, that's why we got dubbed the Summertime Gang, STG. So it was that feeling of being able to be comfortable with your homies, with the squad, you know, no matter what was going on. And we all been through some wild shit, but we all been there for each other. So that's the type of environment I wanted my stream to have. And I guess that's what people see when they come in. So people feel comfortable when they come to the stream. You might not see people talking, and I've got 15K people when I was on the front page when they promoted it. Not many people talking because they all chilling. It just relaxing.
No, yeah. Shout out to that. I'm gonna make sure I check out that Twitch too. I was actually looking at this Tribal Chief. I was gonna ask you about day one. What you think about day one? You gonna be watching day one?
Of course.
There you go. So what you what you think about day one? Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar.
See, I'm curious as to where this is gonna go, because there's nobody else really in line for that title outside of the obvious it's going to be Drew McIntyre in somewhere soon.
There was also The Rock saying that he sees himself having a match again too. And you know how surprised are with the WWE when they do stuff. You know what I mean? Do you expect something like this?
I don't know if it's this year, but I do hope we get Rock and Roman before all this is said and done, because Roman needs to keep that title until he goes up against The Rock. He should still beat The Rock. Or should he? I don't know. Because should he get whooped and then that humbles him out of not being the tribal chief anymore? Or, so I don't know on that aspect, but he needs to have the title at least up until that point.
Yeah.
As far as Brock goes, I mean, I like the character right now. He is hilarious.
No, I was gonna say, what do you think about Paul Heyman in the mix of all of this?
That's good too.
He's an element in this switch.
This reminds me of the Brock and Big Show thing back in the day when he switched between both of them. But you got to imagine, though, it would be super dumb just in canon thinking about it for Heyman to turn on Roman in any way, shape, or form when he's been this dominant. He's got a crew of people around him. So it's not like it's just Roman taking the L. Like, he's got two other people that can come in and throw hands if need be. That's a distraction.
That's another element that's been occurring from the past.
Right. So you've not, and it's not like Roman's a pushover. He's a tank anyway. He's just a douchebag right now.
Yeah.
So
for a good reason, for his family. He's
right.
Family vibes, big family vibes right now.
It's also not like he hasn't beaten Brock before or came close to it, even though the one time he did beat him, it was technically because he hit himself in the head with a chair off the spear and he was distracted by Braun. But if that's his excuse for wanting to turn, it still feels kind of odd to me, So I can see him still just playing the sides, although I don't know why you would antagonize Brock on SmackDown to being the old Brock.
Yeah. He did come. I mean, the way Brock Lesnar's coming back, he's coming back pretty strong. He has momentum. He has momentum leading up until day one. So it's not like he's just like lacking.
But I wonder how are they gonna have him lose if he does lose? Or if he wins, it'll be DQ.
Yeah, I'm only thinking some type of Paul Heyman interaction. That's all I'm thinking about right now. I just feel like somehow, due to some reason, that's my prediction. I guess that's my prediction on how I think things are gonna go. Paul Heyman is going to play some type of factor. Even if he trips and falls and accidentally lands Brock in a better position, I don't know. I just feel like something like that's going to happen on my end. I'm watching Paul Heyman very closely.
Yeah. Either way this goes, I think we go to a triple threat at WrestleMania with Drew, Brock, and Roman.
Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
Okay.
Since he's been talking about they've been doing this thing, I'm not getting my shot. I'm not... in the title ship contender, and he feels like he deserves it type beat. So I'm pretty sure they'll either have him win the Rumble or something will happen to where he'll get in there.
Yeah, we're gonna see. But this is the proper way to paint. I don't know. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add to share with the audience? People that might be listening, do you want them to know anything that they need to?
Outside of the usual social media tags, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Should be having a new time lapse dropping Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home time lapse. For anyone interested in commission work, you can either email me at properartist@gmail.com, or you can go on my Etsy store, Properly Mad. But the last thing I'll say as far as message goes is, if you got some talent or something that you like, an interest, a vested interest, make sure you stay focused on being the best that you can at that. That doesn't mean destroying yourself in the process, because trust me, I've been there, and it comes back to bite you in the end. Everything has a way of coming back around.
Yeah.
So give it everything you got while you're working, but don't break your back all the way, sacrificing everything, health wise, and sometimes other things to do it, because some things you just don't get back.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you for sharing that information and that message, powerful message, with all the artists and the people who collect art all at the same time.
No problem, fam.
Yeah, man. So I guess I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna shoot you a message, let you know when this is gonna be up. You know what I mean? And that's gonna be that.
Okay, big dog.
Great talk. Great talk. Yeah.
Same to you, homie.
Yeah, man. Peace. Stop this.